Hey everybody, welcome to Infinity Evolved Skyblock Edition. My name is Exonerated, and I've been doing the work. First off, you'll notice that this whole platform here is completely wide open. I've started expanding using a grid of glowstone, cobble, and cobble. I've also rebuilt the mob farm and added a way to turn it off. So let me get up here. Some beef Wellington. Show you guys what I got going on here. I just have some repeaters up top along with some lamps that I made. And boom, lights are out. We'll give things a minute to calm down. And we'll creep up in here. Can we creep up in there? We're not going to get blown apart, are we? So I'm trying to show you without getting in there. Okay, so basically there's I'll do this. Be alright. There's 4 sets of fans on either side. There's 2 long rows, 2 short rows, funneling everything here into the middle. And basically they stay on all the time. And then the middle chute, rather, is a much smaller window, or a much bigger place, rather, for mobs to... I'll just fall safely down the ladder. The drop spot is a much bigger place for mobs to fall down onto. Every one of the hoppers over here, take a look at that. Every one of those hoppers has a set of punji sticks on it, just in case. And this way we can get spiders too, and I do get a lot of spiders. I've relocated all the inventory. As you can see, I went through and I built some ender chests, and so I have the main ender chest. This is my little cubby hole. This is where AFK. That way I could see everything without actually... oops. Messed that up. That way I could see everything without being accessible. But anyway, I've got all of my materials here. I've added emerald upgrades to just about everything except for the diamonds and the emeralds, ironically enough. Had to add in a string thing because the string is real. Or at least the drops are real. It's crazy. So I'm just about at a point where I want to kill the sheep just so I don't have to worry about them because I get a ton of string anyway. Let's see, got my bone meal. Where am I getting bone meal from? Oh, I'm getting it from the dust of the materials. And I have the mob farm running into the red-topped ender chest, and that just feeds in here with some impulse duct and some signalium servos. These things pull a stack at a time. And then the impulse item duct is super fast. Backside here, I've got all the rotten flesh going into one place, creating dirt. I don't have a use for that dirt yet, but I want it, so why not automate it? Let's see, we've expanded a little bit back here. You can see I've started to grid out. We're going to do a lot of remodeling, relocating today, including the power setup probably. I'm probably going to locate that stuff, all of this, downstairs. We're going to relocate some of this ore processing downstairs. And I might swap this out and actually put in an actual tree farm. You know, have it do, or maybe a harvester rather, and a planter. Have a planter set up to do a full grid. And then have it do all kinds of trees and whatnot. So we can stockpile different woods and use them for all sorts of things. This one I turned off a while ago. I have 1,300 oak logs. Whoops. 1,300 oak logs, so I hadn't really needed it. Over here we got this ore processing, which is the same as last time. And what I have is I just have it all feeding here into the same red-topped ender chest. And then our drop system over there is picking it all up. I want to relocate all of this today. And we're going to relocate this too, probably. I think I want to start... Oh, I shouldn't have drawn that. Oh, I got it. Okay. I want to relocate this, and I also want to start sifting it. Oh yeah, I need to show you that. What I did was I went through before the last episode, and I started tearing down the underground section, and then I got to thinking, you know, I need black ink. And so that's what this is. I went through, got to be careful here. This is the level that my original platform was at. I went through and set up some hoppers with fence gates over top of them. And this water only flows down. It's not full everywhere. It just flows down. So we get squid all the time. You can see I got 19 stacks of ink. That's the only real purpose for this farm. It doesn't need anything else. Yeah. So I've got that going on down there. And it looks really neat, to be honest with you, from a distance. If we drop back down here. Any day now. There we go. Looks pretty cool from a distance. But that's pretty much it. I did expand the harvester area to include 4 presses for the silken soy, and then 4 more to turn it, or the tofu, I mean, and then 4 more to turn them into the firm tofu. That farm that I have with the 4 plots just produces too much for 1 presser for each to handle, so I've got it set up to do 4. And we've done a lot of bee spacing barrels. So the 4 toppings we need for beef Wellington, tofu, mushroom, spinach, and of course the dough balls, those are all bee spaced Java barrels that come over here and they feed our main supply of beef Wellington. For those who haven't seen this, if you use a transfer node with a world interaction upgrade, it'll pull a 3x3 grid of whatever's in the area. So it's basically pulling one of each of these through the crafting table, and that makes a beef Wellington. This is only about 10 stacks away from being full, maybe 9.5. So it keeps up pretty good. It was way lower. In fact, I AFK'd overnight, and it got to that number. So we'll have way more beef Wellington and power production than we'll ever actually need. I'd like to expand the laser base so that we have more than 15 of these going. I did go through in my downtime, produce some more machine frames and more emerald chipsets. These are the resident machine frames because I want to be able to get the higher tier equipment of all of these. Put the preheaters on the blast furnace. Don't know if I showed you that. Got a stack of steel blocks going now. And yeah, that's about it for that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a small break. I'm going to relocate a lot of this stuff, I think, downstairs. And I'm even half tempted to either grid off this whole black area into the same way I got this, or completely destroy it. I'm not sure yet. It's going to be one or the other. Basically, what I want is I want a gridded area that I can go through and kind of lay out as like a center thing. And then I want to build like buildings that are for different portions of the build. In other words, like I want a big farm area, so I'm going to build a barn and some other stuff for the farm. And then I'd like to go through and build like a warehouse where all of our machining and stuff. We want a storage house where all that stuff happens. And then I still have to get into magic. I haven't even touched Thaumcraft or Botania or any of that. So, yeah, and here I'm just compressing cobble. Why? Just because. Anyway, so yeah, let me go ahead and get to work. I'm going to do some relocating. And hopefully when I come back, I'd like to go ahead and start working on the grass platform that I want to do. Or not the grass, the farm platform that I want to do. And again, we're just going to basically, we're going to grid all this in, and then we're going to set it up to be the farms. So I may have to once again relocate this farm. I don't know yet. Anyway, we'll be right back. Alrighty, we're back. It's actually a couple of days later for me. I want to show you guys some things. First off, all of the other area that we had over here, where we had the black cobble, that was, I guess, extra utilities black cobble, that's all gone. completely wiped it out. Decided I want to have some audio. There we go. Decided that didn't want to keep it, didn't want to rearrange it. Basically, what I've done is I've made a huge grid out of the red cobble with the stone brick and the glowstone, and we've set it up. It's I think it's 11 by 11 squares. I have the mob farm in the middle, and it goes out 5 in each direction. So yeah, 11 by 11. There's some additions. Excuse me. There's some additions that we have. The first thing I did was add back in the tree farm over here. I did not realize how much wood I was going through and ran out, so I had to rerun it. We've set up some power poles to run all the way along the perimeter there. We'll replace those in time with a tesseract, but for now, hey, you know, we do what we got to do. And we had to get power down below. Whoops, this is the stairway down below. So the stairway down below, this is all still the same with the presser and everything else. There's an ender chest, which I have, that feeds the red ender chest, feeds the main sorting system. And let's see, we'll get up here. We do have some animals. These horses, they spawned naturally on their own. I moved the cows over, moved the sheep and the pig, got everything situated. And then these guys just spawned. Yeah, that's it. I don't know, but I've left them. And then I put this gate up here because other animals were spawning in this grass. And just to avoid having animals trample stuff. Had to do some upgrading to these barrels. These guys are all obsidian levels with 29 actual upgrades, storage upgrades. So you see they hold 123,000 almost a piece. Not quite sure why the dough is 3 times everything else, but it is. Anyway. Let's see, we relocated that over here. So this is where our beef Wellington's made with our diamond chest, capped out at almost 900 stacks, way more than we'll ever need. The reason why it's been 2 days since recording for me is I went through and did a lot of farming. And you can see here I have got 12, I can math, 12 8-time culinary generators pumping out power. These extra cells over here were just some that I had, but I went through and replaced all of my energy cells with redstone energy cells, so they each hold, was it 20 million RF, and they stay pretty stocked up. I don't have to worry about power anymore. Relocated all of the machinery here, so I'm doing a lot of processing right here. This spot is temporary. The goal is going to be, once we get past this stage and get into an AE system, is to move all the automated processing and request stuff down below. And we'll probably revisit the look of the platform at that time. But I've got our improved blast furnace over here along with our rock crusher. And I crafted some more lasers. So I just finished a bunch of golden chip sets. We can get a bunch of this stuff done super quick now. Even the machine frames, they take 50 million RF, and this system doesn't even blink. All of the energy cells stay full. It's kind of nuts, actually. But it's nice. I get, with 49 lasers, I get almost 2,000 RF per tick. So it fills up pretty quick. And another reason why it took 2 days is I wanted to relocate stuff. So I relocated the water wheels down below. And you can see I have them all running to the back here. And then they all feed up into the system in general. Don't fall. All right. I set up 2 cobble gens. The first one I wanted to generate lava, which is this guy right here. I crafted up a bunch of crucibles. I think there's 16 here now. I think it's 16. And basically I could just fill up a lava drum. I've got another one up on my Tinker's construct set up there. And so when I need another bucket or barrel, I'll just swap them out. But obviously I'll never use this much lava, I don't think. But at any rate, so I set up one for that. The other cobble gen I've got set up going over here to our cobble works. What I've done is I've relocated the pulverizers down here to generate ore, and it goes into our dust barrel, our sand barrel, and our gravel barrel. And I've added a lot of slot upgrades to those, so they're all diamond level with 13 storage upgrades. The other two spots are being used to for a B space upgrade, because I have these guys located somewhere else too, up over there. This is pretty much the same setup. I switched over to thermodynamic pipes though. I like these pipes better. I still have some things that I need to assign to the filter, so that's what I'm doing here. And those guys, this again, triple red is our storage system up above, so that's going on. Check this guy out here. Oh, platinum and yellorium. Those are the last two broken ones that I did not have. So we'll get those and we'll chuck them in there. And I think we're probably pretty good. I didn't have all the stuff to set up these filters loose. So basically I set up the system and then I went through and as stuff generated, I just added to the filter. This one's almost full. This one is full. I don't know if there's another item that drops in sand that I'm going to need to add another filter to. If so, 9 things filtered is as big as it can get, so I can always go underneath. I suppose we can do that. And then this guy is rocking right along. So we did a lot of, I did a lot of upgrading. This furnace setup too to process ore, they're both resident now. I can produce those resident machine frames pretty easily. So ore doubling happens almost instantly. See, one just went in there, and it should be coming out any second. Nope, it's already gone. Yeah, it's crazy fast. How unreal, really, how fast it processes ore. Do I have any coming in? Guess not. All right, well, I'm not going to dwell on it. Is what it is. Over here, I ran the drawer setup again to make some compressed cobble. I got quadruple. You can see we've got almost 1,000 compressed quadruple cobblestone-y. This thing right here, setup of 9 barrels, making compressed cobblestone. I've got another one up here. This is just floor access, so I can have cobble upstairs. I was coming down here way too much in order to make sure I had enough cobble to make pistons and everything else. So, oh, we need to go down one. I got another little sub layer here right below the lava. Whoop. And what I did right here is just because I could, and I ran out of blocks. That's right. I'll have to come back and do that. What I did is I went through and set up a little barrel with water, and we've got our transfer node going on there, and I got a barrel or trash, whatever this thing is. It's a gold chest, and it's full of clay. Why? I don't know. I just wanted gold clay, and wanted clay, and it was something I could process. So I did. So yeah, I've done a lot of upgrading and relocating, which is what we wanted to do. This right here, again, this is my resting spot. Go through and pop out the 2 pieces, and then I just sit here AFK. I like to see what's going on, especially like with these guys. When I was making 9 reinforced machine frames, or not the reinforced, the resonant ones. These guys, I made 9 at one time, and that was like hours of sitting here. Even with 49 lasers, it was hours and hours and hours. So, yeah, everything's going pretty good here. What I'd like to start working on is expanding into magic a little bit. I haven't worked in any kind of AE systems. Let's take a look and see. I can spell, I promise. Applied Energistics. Let's check out just basic stuff here. Fluix crystals, not that. Let's go right here. How will we make those? Do they really? Okay, well, they come from bees. Charge Certus, neither quartz and redstone dust into a puddle. Okay, that I can do. I have charged Certus, and I have nether quartz, and I have redstone dust. I do have a barrel, which... Wow, you can hear the mob farm going nuts. Wow. I didn't realize it dropped that fierce. I do have a whole tub of... A barrel, rather, of soul sand that I can use to sift for nether quartz, so that's not really that big a deal. What is stopping me from getting into applied energetics? Let's check out that guy. Okay, processors. Okay, processors, no problem. Okay, these guys. Where do they come from? It says they're found in the center of meteorites. Obviously, that's not happening. Wait, what's this? Rolling machine. Block of iron and gold. Huh, we can do that. It's got to be this. That's manageable. Let's try looking into some more things. I don't see anything that's really going to stop us from doing AE if we want to make that leap. I'm sure there's got to be something, though. Okay, those Flux Pearls, that's all craftable. Just seems like a lot of manual time. I don't know. We'll take a look at it. So, anyway, the episode's been running long. The mob farm, I think it's time to shut that guy off for a while. So, I will climb up here and get this shut down. And till next time, guys, hope everybody enjoyed the episode. And I'm definitely want to start working on the Thaumcraft stuff for next time so we can start getting into the rest of this mod instead of just sticking to the cheap automation we are now. So anyway, catch you guys later. Bye-bye.